Welcome to the Arts Council of York County. This is our Dalton Gallery, and I'm Mike Gentry, the gallery manager here. Today I'm standing here with Tennison. He is one of the painters, one of the artists in the Panorama exhibit up right now. And we're here to talk to him about some of his work and the things that he does when he's painting and creating artwork. Hello, Gene.
Hello, Mike.
So here's one of your pieces, and first thing I wanted to ask is, like, what is your inspiration for painting these landscapes? Because that's a pretty common theme in your work.
Yeah. I think I use the landscapes more as something I can do my little abstract shapes with, and people are more familiar with landscapes. And so, like, if I look at this one, this is a good example because there's little patches of abstraction in all this. And it's basically just crosshatch and dots with color. And I use what color I use. The two colors I use together, I try to create an atmosphere. Whereas this atmosphere is more like I'm trying to create depth. And it was a little bit easier to do with this one, particularly because I already got the lines going and doing
the natural perspective,
like that. But then things have to be darker in the rear. And then lighter towards the front, so you can see that it's darker, because usually in vegetation it's darker in there and everything.
Oh yeah, because the shadows and everything. So you talked about these little shapes that you paint, and the grass and the flowers. It is abstracted. It's very much like impressionism painting.
Yes.
So when it comes to like impressionism painting, or just painting in general, do you have any specific painters that kind of inspire you to, or kind of led your way, your style of painting?
No, probably more the impression thing to me is the shape thing. Whereas, like here, for the grass, I just do a lot of crosshatches of lines, which, simulate grass, or dots for the trees in the back right there. Impressionism is more blended type blotches of color, and mine's more geometric, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's texture based.
Texture. Okay, that's the word I'm looking for.
So, were there any artists that inspire you to, any other landscape artists that inspire you to, in your work and your style?
Oh yeah. Well, early on, I was influenced by all the early American, and probably George Ennis was probably the greatest one back in the latter part of the 19th century. And then, believe it or not, is Gustav Klimt. He did a lot of landscapes, and probably lean more towards Gustav Klimt because he did a lot of small geometric shapes and stuff like that. He dealt with color a lot on there.
So, you're fairly new to Rock Hill. You moved here
about 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago, and not all these paintings are from Rock Hill. Where do you go and find your landscapes?
No, I'm a photography guy. I take pictures. So a lot of these are photography references of my own. Don't do plein air. I'm not good at plein air. I can't stand out there in the elements and paint very well. I like to be in my studio and have everything there that I need. So before you came to Rock Hill, you kind of lived around the states. You haven't just been in the South, though. Right. Yeah. I've been all over. Now everything that's in the exhibit here is within the last year or so.
Oh, okay.
So it's all pretty regional on there. A few things, like there's some Smoky Mountain stuff, and I guess other than that, I think it's pretty close to here.
So I'd like to talk about this other piece right here with these trees and shadows. Like, many of your pieces are open landscapes, but this piece in particular is less open, and the color, it's actually a much darker piece than your typical. So what started this piece?
Actually this is my backyard.
Oh.
So it is right here. It's based on my backyard. I change stuff as I go along. This one's called Sunrise, and it was just some photos I'd taken. I was up early one morning, and it wasn't quite really light yet, and you can see the yellow sky in the back and stuff. You can see the sun starting to come up on there right there. But it's, like you say, it's not an open landscape. I've sort of been challenging myself to doing smaller things and being more close up. Clint was good at that. He just did like gardens and stuff like that. Well, I guess Monet's another good example. We were talking about Impressionists earlier. So that's basically what's going on here.
And another thing I find like exciting about your work is your use of color. I mean, like we talked about it earlier, like you use color to define space. And it may not be like super detailed color. Like up front, you know, we had these shapes that are very, you know, identifiable. And as you get back, you know, you get that feeling of perspective in space, not just with the scale of the art making, which is, you know, a clear way to do that, to get that idea across, but also with color and those darker values, and like just giving hints of like these trees that are even from further in the forest.
Not as detailed as you get farther back.
Yeah, and I feel like that there's that interesting like focus, like not like the way you interpret like landscape in, you know, between detailed and non-detailed. It's very interesting.
Well, I used to clotting. I think we had talked about this before. The clotting thing. It's warmer colors in the front, cooler colors like blues in the back. That tends to draw you the warmer colors forward and the cooler colors backwards. I use that just about in everything that I do. I especially like using blue, dark blue rather than blacks and stuff. I don't think I've used any black in here. Looks pretty black there. That's just dark blue.
Well, I want to thank you for coming and talking to us today about your work.
Sure.
Thanks for sharing your work with us and being here.
All right.
Thank you.